Good morning, good morning, good morning, TGIM, my friends. Welcome to the Better Body Fitness fan page. You are joining me live. I am Coach Roxanne. You are here for Coffee Talk, my friends. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. TGIM. It's another Monday, another week, going to be starting September here in a couple of days. Good morning, my friends. Once you're on, you know what to do. Drop it in the comments. Kylie, good morning again. I love it, I love it, I love it. The sun is shining. I know, another Hootie Hoo shirt. Like I probably even need to get one or two of the other colors as well. Good morning. Happy Monday. Lynn, good morning. Mary, good morning. I've got some props today. My friends. Amy, good morning. Charlene, good morning. Happy Monday. Tracy, good morning, sunshine. I love it. I love it. I love it. I hope you all had just a fantastic weekend. It's crazy to think that next weekend is Labor Day weekend. How is that possible? How is that even possible? Monica, good morning. Ruth B. in the house. Beth, Monday. Krista, good morning. Janet, good morning. Happy Monday. Jill, good morning. I love the sunshine. So yeah, I'm not a Debbie Downer. I'm the opposite of that. But in the forecast today here in Wisconsin, in Green Bay at least, this is the last 80-degree day for 2 weeks. Maybe not for the whole season, but for the next 2 weeks. If you get a chance, get out there and enjoy it. Karen, good morning. Amy, good morning. Dobeck in the house. Good morning. Kimberly, good morning. Corey, hey, Coach and Clutch. Didi, good morning. I need a Hootie Hoo shirt. Swag store, it's there. It's there, my friend. Go get yourself one. I love it. Who else do we got? Deanna, I'm in denial. That's all right. You can be in denial. You can be in denial. I'll let you. Mona, good morning. Heather, good morning. Carrie, good morning. Michelle, hello. I love it. I love it. All right, my friends. Let's get rolling with the message here. Kim, good morning. Stacy, good morning. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. All right. I get the compliment all the time, and I am appreciative of it, but I got an interesting spin on the compliment on Friday. And the spin on the compliment was, you didn't get those arms lifting those water bottles. Now, the title of today's video is, did you really get those arms lifting water bottles? And the answer is no. No, I did not. Because I've had these arms for about 14 to 15 years now, somewhere in there. Now, if anybody would take the time to go and look into my Facebook or the fan page, they'll see that I posted some of this story out there. Now, these are, and actually they are heavy. I don't know, they're like 8 or 9 pounds. They're filled with sand and water bottles, or sand and water inside of the water bottle. My other go-to for the past 18 months have been my no sugar added pasta sauce cans. But I want to talk a little bit about that because it's really interesting when people come into the program, even people I've known for a long time, what they want to know what I do above and beyond the workouts that I have these arms. And the answer is nothing. I do nothing. Now, if you go back a year and you look at some of our videos or some of our pictures, you'll see I still had the arms, but they were bigger and puffier. They don't look like they did today. Now, what's changed? I'm still using these and these. I'm still using these in my workouts. My nutrition has changed. I have less body fat on my body, and the muscle is starting to show through. Sarah, good morning. Tammy, good morning. Debbie, good morning. I have been lifting weights for 18 years, but the beginning of my journey had nothing to do with muscle. I had no idea that this body could hold muscle. I didn't know that this body could look like this. When I first started my journey, I was 240 pounds. So my whole focus at that point in time was fat loss. That was it. That was my goal. I ate for fat loss. I walked for fat loss. I jogged for fat loss. And I did a little bit of weights. Like I should have brought my 3-pound weights in here. I have my little 3-pound weights that I would use for tricep extensions and all that fun stuff. But I started off with weights very small because the beginning of my journey was all about fat loss. It was all about getting to a healthier place. And to do that, I needed to lose some fat. Now, if I could go back, I would do things just a little bit differently, which is why I get to teach you, hopefully, how to do things, learn from my mistakes. I would have done a little less cardio. I would have done a little less diet. And I would have focused a little bit more on the weights and not losing weight as fast as I did. But you only know what you know. When you're in the thick of it, when you're in that bucket of the sadness and desperation, you want to do things as fast as possible. And that's what I did. I wanted to do it as fast as possible. It still took me 18 months to 2 years to take off my 100 pounds. Now I want you to think about that. It took me 2 years, 18 months to 2 years. Good morning, Lisa, to take off that 100 pounds. And I didn't have any muscle. And I'll share some of those pictures throughout the week. I had no muscle. I was thin. It took me another 3 to 4 years to shift gears and to put on muscle. So it took me 5 to 6 years to lose the 100 pounds and to gain the muscle. But it's crazy how many people start the program and feel like somehow they're entitled to the same results I have, the same results that took me 5 to 6 years to get in 6 months or in 21 days. And people will say to me all the time, I've been lifting weights forever and I don't look like you. Well, there's probably a lot of things you're doing that I'm not doing, or that I'm doing that you're not doing. Number one, I don't eat to diet. I eat to fuel my muscles. And for ladies, this is a really hard place to be. I know it is. Whenever people send me their food logs, 90% of the time, they're under eating. They're eating 12 or 1,300 calories, when in reality, even for fat loss, they should be eating 15 to 16. And for muscle gain, maybe even 17, 18, 19, 2,000 calories. I eat 2,000 calories or maybe under, maybe a little over, but that's right about where I am every single day. That's how I fuel the muscles. Now, above and beyond that, these are my go-tos every morning. Every morning, these are my go-tos. Now, if you're part of our BBF community, you know that on Mondays and Wednesdays, we do a second weight training session in the afternoon. You'll see, if you've ever been a part of that I do try to go heavier. And you'll also see that it doesn't go very well for me very often. If you are in a place where you want to start putting on muscle, or you want to start seeing that change in your body, you have to start to eat more. You have to start being conscious of less cheats, of less treats. You have to be aware of those things, because it doesn't just happen. People aren't willing to do some of the things that I do. There are days where I will do 2 or 3 protein shakes along with 3 or 4 meals. Like, I eat a lot to fuel this. And for women, that's a really hard thing to get our minds wrapped around. Women are always in diet mode. Am I right? We're always in the, I want to lose weight, I want to lose weight, I want to lose weight. And when we get to that point where we feel like we either hit our goal, or we're frustrated and we're burnt out. And we never give ourselves a chance to reverse out of where we are. When I hit my goal, I decided to take it to another level. A lot of times we hit a goal and we go back to what we were doing before, thinking somehow we're going to maintain that goal. I took my goal, like we talked about last week, I took that momentum and I kept going with it. I decided, you know what, I've got this goal. I hit my weight loss. I didn't even know that 100 pounds was possible. Now what can I do? And I decided I wanted to see how far I could take it. I didn't start with muscle. I didn't start with putting on muscle. Tammy, you're right. Ladies, I get it. I get it. I've been there. We think that the only way to live is in this calorie deficit. I want to teach you another way. I want to teach you something different. But the hard part the part that we don't want to realize is it's going to take years. I am on this journey for 18 years. When anybody ever says to me, how do you get those arms? It's 18 years of consistency because I've never stopped. Now, there have been times where my nutrition has not been on point. And you'll see, whenever you go look at pictures and you see my puffy arms, that is where my nutrition was not on point. And I gained fat like everyone else. I still have muscle underneath the fat, but the fat is going to build that layer on top. Every single time, that's what happens. We start a program and we just feel entitled to the results of other people. Maybe you're, I don't know where you're at. Maybe you're a year into your journey. Maybe you're 3 years into your journey and you're like, but Roxanne, I've been doing this for 3 years. But you've been doing what? Dieting? Cardio? Do you love the cardio? Do you not do strength so you can do more cardio? I'm sure your body shows that. Your body cannot build and maintain muscle if your focus is cardio and strength is secondary. If your focus is calorie deficit and not calorie surplus. Your body is going to go where you lead it. Where do you want to lead your body? You have to decide. Now, when I was on the fat loss journey, I was eating for fat loss. When it was time to shift, I shifted. Now now I've learned you can do a little bit of both. But what happens is the fat loss isn't as fast as we want, and we don't see our definition as fast as we want. It's all happening, but we want to see it faster. We want to see the results yesterday. But this is a journey. It is a lifelong journey. You can have those things. There's nothing different about me that there is about you. You can have exactly what I want. But you're not going to see this for a little while down the road, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with that. You're going to want to see things in your core, and you're going to want to see things in your butt, and you're going to want to see things in the place where you feel like you carry more fat or maybe more cellulite. You're going to want to see it there, and that might be the very last place you see it. It doesn't mean things aren't changing. It doesn't mean things aren't happening. I have learned a lot in my 18 years that I try and pass on to you guys. When we're in the workouts and I'm telling you to squeeze those muscles, can you squeeze those muscles without weight? Do you know what muscles you're squeezing? Those are some of the most important things I could teach you on this journey. Learn what you're working. Learn the muscles. People will say, I lift heavy all the time and I don't see that kind of definition. We're probably lifting too heavy. We're probably lifting so heavy that the muscles we want to work aren't even working, that we aren't even able to squeeze a muscle because the weights we're holding onto are too heavy. Sometimes you have to regress to progress. Regress to progress. To regress, go backwards to go forwards. Relearn some of the movements. Relearn how to squeeze muscles. Maybe you've never learned. Maybe that's the first thing you have to go back and do. How are you eating? What does your nutrition look like? Are you eating for fat loss, and is that the goal right now? Or are you eating to gain and maintain muscle? Two very different goals here. Now we can work on both. It just takes a little longer. But we're in this for the long haul, my friends. We're in this for the rest of our lives. And I think that's something we have to have our minds wrapped around. You can't live in diet mode forever. Hit a goal and maybe take a week off and focus on muscle building. Then go back at it for 3 weeks. Then focus on muscle building, fat loss, muscle building. Switch things up a little bit. Don't always live in that diet mindset. Your body is worth so much more than that. Tammy, I added weights at the beginning of the year and I've been doing it 5 times a week. I definitely feel it, but don't see it much yet. It just takes time. Yes. And for me, even though I carry this muscle, I never really lose the muscle. But when I gain the fat is the layer over it all, and it takes more time. It takes time to burn that fat off of those muscles so you can see them. But those muscles are building. They are building. You know, I've heard women say, I feel like my legs are so big, they don't fit right in my pants. Well, some of that is that muscle's building, but we aren't doing enough to take that fat off. But it will happen. You just have to be patient. You have to give it time. You have to be willing to learn how to do this all. You have to learn how to eat, how to hydrate, how to recover, how to squeeze the muscles. This isn't just walk into the gym, do a workout, and things are going to change. I wish it was that easy. I wish it was that easy. If it was, everybody would be doing it. But it's one day at a time. It's one meal at a time, and then it's one workout at a time. All right, my friends, that's where I'm going to leave it today. I will be back tomorrow morning. We're going to kind of roll into all of this stuff all week long. So please join me back here at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Join Coach Chuck live at noon today for the Nugget. He's talking about cake. Jenny, I needed this talk. I'm here for you, girl. I'm here for you. All right, my friends, I love you. Go out and have a fantastic day.